synchronization techniques, right? How to handle right page load times. Right, we have seen different synchronization, implicit wait, explicit wait, and then fluent wait. We have seen these things. Right, today's class will start with the different types of elements, right, in the web page. How to handle, right, a radio button, checkbox, drop downs, right? We'll see those. Right, we'll start with the, right, this is one of the website. Alright, you can take any website, that's fine. Right, how to handle text box means we know, right? We can identify the element, just send keys we can use. But radio buttons and then checkboxes. Right, how to handle radio button and checkboxes. Right, a radio button means at any point of time we will click only, it will allow to click only one. Right, only one radio button only it will allow. Right, suppose this is the gender, right? It will allow only one radio button. If you click on multiple times also, right, it will not happen anything. Right, only selected. If you want to unselect it, we can enter. If you have to select another option only. If you want to unselect, right, you have to select another one only. Right, there is no other option. Right, out of multiple radio buttons, we can select only one radio button. But checkboxes, we can select multiple. Correct. Checkboxes, we can select multiple checkboxes. But here the problem is, suppose if it is already selected, right? Suppose if it is already selected, right? You are trying to click again, right? By mistake, suppose you are trying to click again, what will happen? It will unselect it, right? That is, we must be very careful while handling the checkboxes, because if you try to click again, it will unselect. Or if you want to try to unselect it, it is already unselected. You are trying to click again, it will select it. Right? So we must be very careful that checkboxes will allow to select multiple and then unselect also. We can also unselect multiple. Right? We will see how to handle these things, radio button and then checkboxes. Right? Just okay, then let me create one class. Let's just I will create a web elements test. Okay, fine. Here I will create a one test case, public void. Right, fine. Handle radio button test. It is something radio button test. Okay. Right, fine. Then first thing is what we have to create the driver object. Right, every time, right, this is one of the problem, right? Every test case when we create, we have to create the driver object every time. Right, instead of that, what we will do? We will create one parent class. Right, we'll create a one parent class. Right, every time instead of creating driver object, we will create one parent class based test. What we will do, this before method and after method, we will keep it inside a inside parent class. Right, we will keep it in okay before and after method in the parent class. Right, we will provide access to the right here. We will create what we will create a get a driver. Right, we will make it as an instance variable private so that no one will access directly. They will, if I want a driver, everyone will call this method only. Right, in the parent class, we can create a before method, create the driver, after method, we will close, close it. And then if you require, we have created explicit wait also, right? Instead of implicit wait, what we will do, we will use most of the time explicit waits. That we will see how to. Right, we'll create the object of WebDriver weight. Explicit weight means WebDriver weight, right? WebDriver weight equal to weight equal to new WebDriver weight. Here we have to set the duration of seconds. Okay, then here also we'll create one method get weight. Right, we'll return the weight object. Now, just in the child class, right? This is the child class. We will make it as a extends base test. So that right, we no need to every time we no need to focus on driver creation. Right, just extend the base test before executing test case. What will happen from the base test? It will execute the before method. It will create the driver object. Once the method is done, after method will execute, close the driver. Close the driver. Right? We no need to worry about it every time creation of the driver. We need to focus on actual test case. Okay, fine. Now what we will do just simple. Get driver dot get off. We will launch this website. That is this demo dot h. Now then I have to click on this radio button. Right. I want to click on this. Right. First what we have to do, we have to inspect it. Right. Inspect it. What it has. This is the input tag. That it has attributes. Right. It don't have ID. Right. So we will go with the value. Right. There is a value. That means if we want to go with the value, we have to write a CSS. Right. How to write CSS? Control F. Tag name. What is the syntax? Tag name. Attribute key equal to attribute value. Right. We can use either single quotes or double quotes. That's fine. Right. Now, okay, we'll create weight by right. What is this? Mail radio button. Right. By dot CS. Right. By dot CSS selector. By dot CSS selector. Just give the CSS. Now first we will wait for it. Right. Wait for the element. Get driver get wait. Right. We have created in the parent class get wait method. Right. Explicit wait. Get wait dot. Right. We can wait like this also. Get wait until this is the lambda expression. We'll call it as a driver. Right. Can you please mute it who are not on mute? Okay, fine. Right, we can also wait like this also. Right, lambda expression. If we are not right, otherwise we can use our old expressions also. Right, expected conditions. Get wait dot until expected condition element to be clickable. Expected conditions dot element to be clickable. Wait for the element to be clickable. Then driver dot find element, click on it. Right. Click on element. Right, fine. Once we click on it, what will happen? Right, it will select the radio button. Right. If you try to click on it again, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Right. There is no issue with the. If you click again, there is no issue. Right. It will be selected only. We cannot unselect it. Right. We cannot, once we selected, we cannot unselect it. Right. If we want to do the unselect, we have to select another option. That's it. There is no other option. Right. Either we have to select either of any one of the radio button. Right. Just I will write. All right. One more. Right. Just to see the. I will create in the base page Right, whatever reusable methods, just create. Right, wait, just wait. Int set. That I will write as something hardware. Right, this is just to show the execution. That's it. We will not in real time. We will not use hardware. Right, what is the how to do? Threaded out. Sleep. And then thread dot sleep will throw a checked exception. Right, we have to handle either by throws declaration or try with surround with the try catch. I will do surround with the try catch. Right, just okay. Just here I will wait after clicking on it just to show. Right, 5 seconds I will wait. Right now run it quickly. We will run and see. Right, if you are not understanding anything, you have any confusion, please ask the questions. Right, don't hesitate. Whatever questions you have, you can ask. Okay, fine then. Open the browser and then okay, it is clicked on the mail radio button. Right, mail radio button. Suppose if we have a writer, if we have a multiple writer, I will pass this text. Right, I will pass this text. I want to click on the radio button. If I pass the mail, I want to click on the mail radio button. If I pass the female, I want to click on the female radio button. Or tomorrow maybe these two are there. Tomorrow there may be some other text. By using the text, I want to click on the element. Right? I want to create some generic method. Right. Right. A generic method. How to create it? Right. For that. Okay. We'll create like a okay something private void select radio button. Okay. Here we will take the input as a string text. Okay. We will take the text. Okay. Now first we will create the by radio button by dot XPath. Here, what is the change? Either way, right? This text. If I pass male, it should select the male. If I pass female, it should. Right. What I have to do? Right. Paste it. It is the CSS selector. So by dot CSS selector, I have to get this text. This text I want to pass here. Right. What you have to do? Double quotes, plus plus. In middle, we have to append the text. Right. We have to simply double quotes and then plus plus inside text. So that whatever text we will pass, male or female, it will pass here. Now wait for the element to be clickable. Wait until and then click on it. And then click on it. Simple. Right, right. Now we don't require these are all things. Right? We don't require all these things. Let me comment out. Right now just simply I will call the select radio button. That's it. Right now I want to select the suppose female. Right, I want to select the female radio button. Okay. What I have to change? Where is that female? Right, this one. Exact. We have to pass exactly this value. Right, because we are dynamically taking this one. We have to that pass female. It should match it. Right. We are by using this female text, we are constructing a locator. So it should match. Right. Let me execute it again. Right, we can create like this right a reusable method so that we can use it, right, whichever radio button we want to select we can. Okay, fine. So open. Alright, still page is loading. Right, wait until the page load. Right, if it take more time, then it will fail our script. Right, we have given. Alright, now it is selected female. Now it is selected female button. Right. Now we have few more things I think in the wait. Right, on the right. Few more waits are there. Right, what is that? Driver dot manage dot right timeouts dot page load timeout. Suppose you want to wait for the page load. Right. Suppose you want to wait for the page load is taking something more time. Right. We can use until 60 seconds. Some websites, right? It will not affect any our scripts. It will not affect anything. Whenever page is taking more time to load, then it will wait until 60 seconds before throwing the exception. It will wait right to page load. Right. Sets the amount of time to wait for a page load to complete before throwing the exception. That page load time. One more timeout is the script timeout. Right, one more timeout is the script timeout. What it means, script timeout means sometimes Ajax calls will be there. Right. Suppose if I select here skill based on this, some maybe right some other drop down will populate. If I select one drop down based on this value, it will connect to database and then get the data and populate in this dropdown. That some script will execute backend. Right, I want to wait for that script execution. Right, then we can use this script timeout. Right, set the amount of time to wait for a asynchronous script to finish the execution before throwing the action. Right, these two are useful. One is the page load timeout when page load is taking time. One is the script. When our scripts are executing, it will wait for that script to finish. These two also we can use it. Okay, coming to checkboxes. Right, for checkboxes, we can select multiple values. Right, for multiple values. But here the problem is, right, if I click it again, already selected, I want to, right, select it, suppose by after launching the website, it is already selected. But I want to select it, I try to click on it. What will happen? It will unselect it. So that is a problem with the checkbox. So what we have to do before clicking on it, we have to verify it whether it is already selected or not. If it is already selected, we should not click it again. If it already selected, we can keep it that one. If it is unselected, suppose if it is already unselected, we no need to click. If we click it, it will select. So we have to verify before doing the select or unselect checkboxes. We have to verify, cross verify whether it is already selected or already unselected. Right, otherwise we will get some issues with the checkbox. Right, right. Then come here, we'll create a one more test case. Right, handle checkbox. Okay, fine. Just it's the same website. Launch it. First, we have to identify this one. Okay, I want to identify this cricket. Right, what it has value. Right, we will take a value. Yes, select. Okay, input value cricket. Okay, input value selector. Wait for element to be clickable. Wait for click on it. Suppose click it again. Right, I will click it again. Right, see, we will see. Right, what will happen? Right, just run it quickly. Okay, it's launched. Okay, still loading, page is loading. Wait until page load, and then it will be. Right, it is taking some. Okay, now cricket is selected. Wait for 5 seconds. We are waiting. See, it is unselected. If we click it again, it is unselected cricket. So to avoid it, what we have to do? We have to verify before clicking on it. Right, so we will create here also some reusable method. Okay, some reusable method. Private void select a checkbox. Okay, by using the text, we can select right. We can create the by locator first. Here's a selector input value. We will pass the text. Right. Wait until. But here we have to verify. Right. Before clicking on it, we have to verify whether it is already selected or not. Right. If the element is right, we know it to find out these many times. Right. What we will do? We will find the element that to find element. We will do find element and then store it. Right. We will store it that element. Okay. Web element. Okay. Now we will is selected. What method we have? We have selected web element commands, right? Is selected. Right. If it is not selected, then only I want to click on it. Right. If it is not selected, then only I want to click on it. Right. First find the element. If it is not selected, click on it. Otherwise, we can ignore. If it is already selected, we don't need to do anything. Right. Similarly, we can create a right unselect the checkbox. Right. Similarly, we can write a method for unselect the checkbox. For this, what we have to do? Same thing. We have to write like wait for it, find the element. But if it is selected, then only click on it. Right. If you want to unselect it, if it is already selected, then only I want to click on it. Otherwise, ignore it. Okay. Now, right now come. I just will comment these things I don't require. Select a checkbox. Right. I want to select the cricket checkbox. I want to select it. Right. I want to select again one more. I want to select a hockey. I want to select it a hockey. Right. Simply we can call this thing. That's it. Right. If you want to unselect it, right. Unselect it. Suppose I want to unselect the hockey. Let us just wait for 3 seconds. Right. In real time, we will not use hardware. Just to show the execution, I am keeping the hardware. Right. Don't avoid hardware. Okay. Just execute it again. Right. We can create a reusable method so that right whenever we require, simply call those methods. Right. Reuse it. Okay. It is launched the website. Okay. Now it will click on cricket and hockey. Then it will unselect the hockey. Right. Like this, we can handle radio buttons and checkboxes. Right. Checkboxes, we must be very careful. Right. Before selecting, we have to verify it whether it is selected or not. Otherwise, you will get right different results. Right. We must be very careful. Radio button, there is no issue. Only with the checkboxes. So we must be very careful with the checkboxes. Right. Fine. And then one more is the drop down. Right. One more is the drop down. How to handle the drop downs. Okay, fine. Drop down means what? Suppose if we see, I want to select the skills out of multiple values, we can select which one we require. Right, these are all drop down. Right, these are all drop down. Right, we can have a single select drop down, multi select drop downs also. Right, first we will see single select drop down. Right, these are all single value select. That means we can select only one from the drop down. Some of the drop downs will allow multi select also. Right, that we'll see. Next, first we'll see how to handle these drop downs. Right, right. If we inspect it, right, right. Drop down, it has select tag. Drop down, it has a select tag, and then it has a options. It has a option tags. Right, inside it, each value is the option. Right, each value is the option tag. To handle this select tag, right, this select tag in Selenium, they have provided special class to handle the drop. Okay, fine. Public void handle, okay, drop down. Handle drop. Okay, fine. First launch as, and then we have to, first we have to, there is a, in Selenium, they have provided, right, a class called select. They have provided a class called select. Right, what is the skills? We will handle the skills drop down. Okay, skills drop. Right, we have to create the object of select class, and then we have to pass the web element of this skills. That is skills drop down web element. We have to pass to the select class constructor. Right, it has a ID. Right, select tag will have a ID. Select tag is a ID. So directly we can go with the ID. Right, skills. Right, skills. Or otherwise directly we can. Right, if we write like this, just we will wait for it. Right, wait until visibility. Visibility of element located. Right, visibility of element located, and then we can find the element of it. Right, select tag. Right, it will work. Select tag will work only when the tag is select. Right, when the tag is select, then only select class will work. Otherwise, it will not work. Right, we must be very careful. Not all drop downs will have select. We will see those drop downs also later. Right, first we will see this. Right, if the tag has a select, then Selenium provided select class. Create the object of it, then pass the, in the constructor we have to pass the drop down element. Right, drop down element. Right, then after this I want to select, suppose I want to select a particular option. Right, there are three ways. There are three ways to select the option from the drop down. Right, it will provide. There are three ways. Suppose if we take a first, I will make it as a select. Okay. Select data. Select by visible text. Select by visible text. Visible text means what? Right. In between the option, there is the Adobe Design, Adobe Photoshop, Analytics. Right. These are all visible text. Suppose I want to click on the Android. Okay. Just copy Android, paste here. Visible text. Visible text means in between the, right, in between the option tag there is a text. This is called visible text. Right. Next way of selection, select by value. Select by value. A value means, see, option has some value attribute, right? Attribute. By using this attribute, we can right, copy this attribute value, backup management, right, we can say. And then one more way is the select by index, right? We can also select by index 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Suppose if I give 2, right, select the option at the given index. This is done by index attribute. Okay, that's fine. That is by using the index, we can select the value. These are the three ways we can select the value from the drop down. Select by visible text, select by value, select by index. Right. Right. Just we'll give to see this. Just we will wait for some time. Right. Just okay. Fine. Right. Let me quickly run it. Okay. Fine. It's loaded. Then skills ready. Right. Skills drop down. Right. We have to select the see. First one is Android. Right. Then we have selected backup management. Then Adobe Photoshop index. Right. Only one value it is selected. Right. First it will selected Android. Then it is we have selected one more. That means it is replaced. First one it will replace by backup management. Right. These are the three ways to select the value from the drop down. Now we have suppose get the options. Right. Get options. Right. Get options. Get options. What it will do? It will return all the options of the web element. Right. In the form of list of web elements. Right. All the options. Right, what are all options? Skills, right? Just skills list. Okay, it will return all the skills. Right, just print it. Right, we can use the enhanced for loop. Right, we can just iterate and print the text of the each skill. Right, and then we can do select dot is multiple. That means is multiple means what? Whether this radio button is allowed to select multiple values or single value. Right, it will tell whether the drop down is allowed to select a multiple or single. Now currently it is allowing single. Right, so it will return false. Is multiple false. Right, this will keep it under system dot out dot println. Right, is multiple is false. Then what else we can do here? Select dot right, deselect we cannot do here. Only in the multi-select drop down we can do deselect, that we will see later. Then get the first selected option. Right, if you want to get the selected option, what is the selected option? Right, what is the selected option? Dot get text of it. Right, we will keep this statement after selecting this. Right, whichever is the last selected. Right, this one is the last selected. We, we will get that one. First means not this one. In single select drop down, whichever is the latest one, whichever is the latest one, it will print that. Right. Don't confuse. First one means not this one. Right. Whichever is selected, it will give that one. First selected option means because it is a single selector drop down. Right. It will allow single value. So whichever is the latest latest one, it will print that one. I think, yeah, these are the things on the single select drop down we can do. These are the things only that we can select. We can get the selected option, or we can get all the options. We can verify it is a multi-selected drop down or single select drop down. Right, just click on run it again. Okay, fine. I think it's opened already. Right, it is selecting. Okay, fine. Now come here. It is printing all the drop down values. Right here, it is a false. Right, is multi-select is false. Is multiple. Right, is multiple is false. That means, right, if it is a multi-select, then it will become true. Right, this is the single select drop down. How to handle the single select? Suppose if we have a multi-select drop down, we have to, right, we can do more options. Right, that we'll see. That we'll see later. Right. Anyone has any questions so far? That's fine. If you don't have, right, we will see how to commit this code, right, to the Git. Right. In the first class, we explained, I have explained how to, right, create the repository, how to clone to the local system. Right. We'll see how to commit this code. Okay. There are either we can use command prompt or UI. Right. There are multiple ways. First, right, just open the command prompt. Right. Change to the path. Right. Okay. Change to wherever your project is there. Right. Just you can before commit any code to the repository, we have to fetch the latest code. Right. It is always git pull. First, we need to fetch it. Right. So that we will get the latest code. Right. It is already up to date. Right. If anyone committed, we can get that code. Right now, just to verify the Git status, what is the status of it? I have modified two files, and these are all new files. Untracked files means new files. These are all existing files modified. These are all untracked files. Right. But I don't want to commit these things. Right. I don't want to commit these things. Right. These are all generated by Eclipse. So I don't want to commit. Right. How to ignore those things? Right. We can create a dot ignore file. Actually, go to the drive. Mm, okay. Here we can create one file like dot ignore. Git ignore. Control save it. Save as dot just dot git ignore. Dot git inside double quotes. Just give the dot git ignore. Save that file. Okay, it will create one dot ignore git ignore file. We can just write. I want to ignore what type of files I want to ignore. This one dot class path. Right. I don't want this one. Suppose I will add. We are telling to the Git, right? Ignore these files. Correct. Dot project dot settings. Right. Just save it. Save and come to command prompt again. Git status still showing. dot class path git ignore. Okay, still showing. Why it is not properly created? Oh, spelling mistake, right? There is a spelling dot git ignore, right? Spelling mistake. Rename it. Rename ignore. IGNOR. Okay, fine. We'll say no. Let's see. Now it is not showing this class path, right? Project settings, right? See, it is not showing. Right, I want to ignore these also. Bin, right? I don't want those also. Whichever we don't require, just add those files there. Target folder and then test output folder. These are all generated by Eclipse, right? We don't require to commit. So we can create a dot git ignore file and we can add to that file which files we want to ignore. So that right whenever we are committing, it will not show git status. Let's see why two files are there. First we'll verify where is that. Okay, there are two files. We need to, I think text file we don't require. Delete it. Again git status. Oh, we require text file only. This git ignore. Oh, well, my bad. Okay, now how many? Only one file. Okay. Spelling mistakes, make sure. Okay, fine. Now it's there, right? Perfectly sure. What are the modifications? Modified files, new files. Now what I can do simply git add. If you want to add only one file, you want to commit only one file. Git add, right? See, it is what it is saying. Git add file. I want to suppose I want to commit only this file. Git add, right? Just save it, copy it. Right, you can press enter. Right, it will add. Now if we type again git status, right, it is added to staging area. It is already in staging area. Right, these are if you want to commit directly, you can commit this file. But I want to add all files. I want to commit all the files. So first what we have to git add dot. Dot means it will add all the modified files to the staging area. Suppose if I click, let's see, now git status if you press, let's say now all are added to staging area. Right, suppose by mistake you have added this file. I don't want to commit this. Right, I don't want to commit this. Right, we can do git to restore hyphen stage file name to the unstage. Right, suppose if I have given this, right, I don't want to commit this. Okay, right, now see the git status. See, it is went to unstage again unstage. If you want to commit this file, again we need to add it. Right? We can remove, right? But suppose by mistake you have added to the staging area, we can unstage it by using right, git restore stage. Right now we can git add. I will add that file also. Git add. What is the file? Select it. Just paste it. Okay. Now git status. All are added to staging area. Now I want to commit. Next thing is first we need to add the files. Which files we want to commit? Next thing is we want to commit git commit -m, right? Message. What is the message? Right? Why you have done these changes? Right? In the real time, right? There, why you have changed this change? Right? We have to write the proper reason. Suppose I am just writing added, right? test cases for some radio button and checkbox. Okay. Click enter. Okay, it is added. Now Git status. If you see the Git status, now next thing is we have to push. Right. We have to push. So far, still in the local only. Right. It is not committed to the repository. Remote repository still not committed. Still in the local repository only. Right. Now, whenever you will do push, it will push to the remote repository. Right. We have to do three commands only. Right. First git add, then git commit, then git push. Right. Now it is pushed to repository. Right. And now it is pushed to repository. Right. We can also verify git log. Log means who committed changes. Those things it will show. Right. Latest commit. Right. Who committed author. What is the time? What is the reason? Right. Next commit. What is the next step? Right. Like this. If you want to see the log, who committed what, we can see it. Right. Like this, we can commit our local code to the repository. If you want to get the latest code, git pull. Right. If we pull the code, we will get the latest code from the repository. Right. Like this, we can right commit the code to the Git. Right. Any questions?
Sir, can you explain about the Git branches?
Git branches, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. That will take some time. Maybe in the next class,
Okay.
right? I will.
Sure. Thank you so much. It is very clear. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Then. Right. In the next class, maybe we'll see that Git branch and how to do it. Okay. Yeah. That's it for today.